Today we're going to show you how to make a MeconoMorph Mecon. This incredible creation was discovered by inventor and puzzle maker Viktor Genel. And what he discovered is that by folding American business cards diagonally and attaching them together in a special way, you can create a truncated octahedron. This shape was called a Mecon by the late Buckminster Fuller, and the properties of this shape are really amazing in the sense that they're completely packable and also can be fitted together to make incredible designs, as you see here. So let's get started. All you need is a stack of 72 business cards, some Scotch tape, a paper folder, a ruler, and Elmer's Extreme glue. The first step is to fold the cards. Take your stack of 72 business cards and divide it into two stacks of 36 cards each. Take your card and we're going to fold it using a ruler and your paper knife. We're going to diagonally crease and then fold the card like this. Take a card from the other stack and we're going to make a mirror image with that card. So we're going to do it starting on the opposite side and again crease and fold it diagonally. You want to be very careful to make sure that the corners are aligned and creased as accurately as possible from corner to corner. And when you put them together, you'll see that the cards have a mirror image of each other. We're going to do that with all the cards. So you'll have two stacks of oppositely folded cards. Once this is complete, we're going to make a gene. Take one card from one stack and two cards from the other stack. And we're going to tape these together with Scotch tape. It's easiest to take a piece of tape and then put it on the table and then stick the cards like this. Fold the edges over, and then with the paper knife, when it's completed, you're going to rub out any bubbles that are in the tape. Once we've made the first gene, we're going to make 12 others exactly like that, using exactly the same process. Once you have a stack of 12, then we're going to make 12 more, but they're going to be in mirror images. So you take one card from the other stack, and then two cards from the original stack, again repeating the same process. In the end, you'll have 12 inner genes and 12 outer genes. Now we're ready to make our first DNA. So from the stack of 12 inner genes, we count out 4 of the genes, and using 4 pieces of tape, we attach them together like this. Be sure that the corners are accurately lined up. And now we have our first DNA. We're going to take 4 more genes and make another DNA exactly the same. From those 2 DNA, we're going to add 2 more genes and connect them together like this. Once we have these 3 genes that are interconnected, we're going to take 2 more genes and attach them together at the end of the strand, making our first chromosome, like this. Now that the chromosome is complete, we're going to carefully roll it together, connecting the 4 squares together like this. We'll carefully tape them, the edges lining up as exactly as possible. And we're going to create the inner orb. Once those are connected into squares, then you can see that the other pieces, the edges, will fold together again to make a loose sphere. Once it's all together, the inner orb is slightly floppy. It's not as solid, but it will become stronger with the next step. So between the squares are connectors. We're going to take the next stack of 12 genes, and one by one we're going to glue them and weave them to form the outer orb. So we fold them through like this where they fit. The corners will line up perfectly here. And we'll use our Elmer's Extreme glue at this point, rubbing glue on the inside of those connectors. And it's hard to see from this video, so we outlined it here so you can roughly see the area of glue that we're applying. Once you apply the glue, weave the gene through so that both ends are outside of the inner orb, and firmly press the glue in place. Then we're going to put it down on a hard surface and really make sure that the glue is firmly pressed the cards. So once that's complete, we're going to go to the next connector, the space between the 2 squares, and repeat that process until finally all 12 genes are glued onto the inner orb. This is what we call the porcupine phase. So here we're gluing the last piece, the last of the 12 genes, onto the connector, the last connector, and completing the porcupine phase. So from here, the final stage is to attach and glue all the pieces of the genes that are sticking out. So we use the same process of using the Elmer's Extreme glue. We apply the glue and then again roll it down onto a firm surface. Press the glue, making sure that the corners are lined up as accurately as possible. And we repeat that process until all of the pieces are firmly glued in place. Once the last piece is glued in, the Mecon is complete.